So the benefits of good core engagement is 1, good posture. 2, it facilitates force transference through the spine. So as an example, when you're doing your squats, you have a heavy load on your back, and as you're pressing up through the legs, that force from all that weight on your back travels down the spine, and as opposed to ending in your lower back and creating tension, backache, and all of those lovely things that you don't like to feel, it travels through the spine and down the legs and out of the ground. So you reduce the risk of lower back pain and injury. So there's a few tips that I want to impart on you when you are thinking about how to engage your core. 1, steady breathing. The moment that you lose the breath is when your form can fall apart, your technique can go skew with, and all those little inconsistencies in your performance can start to creep up. The second is that hip tilt. If you imagine that your hips are like 2 cogs and you're going to tilt the hips backwards or posterior, so that's the upper shelf of your hip tilting backwards, it'll flatten your back and pulling your belly button in, therefore creating tension and pressure around the navel. That's the onset of your core muscles working. And then last but not least, as I mentioned, that pressure around the navel is what you want to feel when you are trying to switch on your core. So there's 3 movements that you can do to warm up your core. And I'm going to go through setting it up. I'm going to go through setting up your core and then the warm-up drills that you can do. So we're going to get down on the ground for this, and I'm going to start on my back. The floor is a nice reference for your spine alignment. You can feel the whole spine melting into the mat, and if you can't, then we're going to go back to that initial cog visualization, tilting the hips, feeling your lower back melt into the mat and your navel pull downwards as well. So you should feel a nice pressure in the navel area, and that's your core engaging. From there, you can take one leg off the ground and you're coming into this tabletop or half tabletop position, nice right angle through the leg. And the drill to work through that initial warm-up is to just gently lower the heel down to the ground, tap and pull back up into that start position. So you notice the angle of my leg isn't changing. What I tend to see in my Pilates classes and other areas in the gym is that when people are lowering their heels, they think just to bend the knee and then drop the leg down. Nuh-uh. You want to keep that angle through the leg and work through the hip joint. That's the only joint that's actually moving. Once you've done 10 to 15 on one side, then switch and balance it out by doing an equal amount of reps on the opposite side. If you need a bit more of a challenge, then have both feet off the ground to remove that stability and go through the same motions. Alternatively, you can work with both legs moving at the same time, place both hands on the floor or have it on the navel so you can focus on where you should feel that tension. And it's another way of facilitating that body awareness. You want to keep your back down into the ground as the legs lower down and your navel sucked in towards your spine to maintain that core pressure. So you have a few exercise drills there to work through, whether single or double knee drops. And the benefit of these drills is it promotes body awareness. You can feel the muscles working. Being on the ground is a nice way to maintain that awareness of your spine alignment and hip stability. You want your hips to be square on the floor through the entire movement, and this transfers into a standing posture when you're working through your squats, your deadlifts, your overhead press or shoulder press. And if you're still on the ground working on planks and press-ups or push-ups, then your core engagement will still play a massive part in your exercise. So take the nuggets of wisdom that you found in this video and these drills and implement them into your existing workouts, and I hope that they bring you some element of greater strength, awareness. And if you know anyone that's interested and would benefit from this information, please pass it on. Until the next time, I'll catch you later.